This is Select TV, broadcasting over KWHY TV, Channel 22, Los Angeles. The following presentation contains mature subject material that may not be suitable for younger audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
The Saturday Evening Post calls The Mask.
Do you believe in ghosts? I do. And you will too. When you come to this theater and see my picture, 13 Ghosts. No more dictation today. When you see 13 ghosts, you'll be given a supernatural viewer like this, which will enable you to penetrate for the first time into the spirit world. It will let you see all 13 of our weird, wonderful, and wildly assorted ghosts.
Now, brace yourself as we take you across the threshold of our haunted mansion, where there's a ghost for everyone in the family. Father, mother, sister, brother. You'll be scared stiff, too, when you see what they see. 13 ghosts, materializing in ectoplasmic color through the magic of Illusiono, the Ghost Viewer. The ghost of a lion in the basement. The ghost of a murderous cook in the kitchen.
Stop it! Stop it, I say!
The ghost who speaks through the lips of the living.
Death tonight. To one of you.
The evil ghost in the bedroom, fighting to take possession of this beautiful girl. You'll feel all the thrills and chills of seeing one ghost multiplied by the magic number 13.
Who are squeamish or react nervously to shock, we suggest that when you hear this sound, close your eyes and do not look at the screen again until it stops. I know.
You can hear it!
Hear what?
The beating of his heart! The beating of his infernal heart!
Artie, what's happened? I'm so big. Stop staring and get me something to wear. Do you still love me?
From the tip of your toes to the top of your head.
Giants! Giants!
sundown. And please, Lord, don't let the Pentagon find out about this.
Can't rule out invasion from space. All right. All orders top secret.
Little old me isn't too much woman for little old you, is she?
Lady, if you were triplets, you wouldn't know what too much woman is for little old me.
Jackie, you leave my husband alone.
How dare you speak to me that way? I said,
Cool off.
Flying saucers!
See Man versus Dinosaur. See and thrill to the terrifying rumble of the first atomic earthquake. See the world's biggest uranium field explode before your very eyes.
what does it look like?
I can't describe it. The hideous part of it is it's making the children obey its every command. The children are completely in its power.
And we're in the power of the children.
Space children, spreading a network of terror through a top-secret missile base in a nation's desperate hour of decision. Space children, the dangerous pawns of a power so strange that no sentries can stop them.
Why did you let those children inside here?
Dr. Woolman, what children?
No machine can pass them.
Hey, there's something wrong with the steering wheel. Stop it!
No rocket can rise anywhere in the world.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fire!
No army can destroy them.
Get those kids out of there!
This is a new kind of shock on the screen. How many thrills can you take? If your blood curdles easily, don't come. We present two fiendish features.
There was a fool in school. There was a fool in school.
A scream a minute. fiendish horrors. Unbelievable until you see it with your own horror-stricken eyes.
Since I've been here, I've been trying to capture a wolf to extract his glands.
But tell me, Professor, have you ever experimented on yourself?
The new doctor, suspect, beauties, the prey of fiendish desires. A village up in arms.
Look there! Where? At the top of the stairs! Walter, stop or I'll shoot!
A Nervorama shocker. Warning, this picture is for people with nerves of iron only. Also on the same program, shock, shock, shock. In all the history of horror pictures, nothing so shocking on the screen. Corridors of blood.
Mr. Bolton, the committee have decided against holding any further demonstrations.
I tell you, I must have those chemicals.
The bargain's a bargain, eh, Doctor? You keep your end of it, and I'll keep mine.
Mr. Bolton.
Corridors of Blood, starring Boris Karloff. Genius or madman? Betta St. John, drawn into the deadly vortex. Finley Curry, who believed at first. Christopher Lee, the killer known as Resurrection Joe.
Outside there. I don't know how he died.
It's a favor for a favor, Doctor. You want your book? Hospitals want bodies.
Take shock after shock after shock. Don't hold in your terror. Shriek if you must. A Nervorama shocker. This picture is not for timid souls. Shudder at Corridors of Blood. Shake at Werewolf in a Girl's Dormitory. See both these Nervorama shockers on the same program on your suspense-charged giant theater screen.
The poet. The figure model who loves to show it.
You suppose he could be physically attracted to her? No, man, he ain't the type. You don't get enough vitamin E.
All these are beat. All these you'll meet in A Bucket of Blood.
Let us make the scene.
Crazy. Come, enjoy yourself. Where the hilarious enjoy the horrifying in A Bucket of Blood.
No, you're gonna shoot me! Don't shoot!
Come to the land of living dreams, where realists dream of the unreal.
Walter, you've done something to me. Something deep down inside of my prana. Oh, Walter, I want to be with you. You're creative.
Beatniks at their bawdiest. The creative urge at its most primitive.
I'm deeply moved, and I shall compose a poem.
Love is art. Art is love. It's the weirdest and the wildest.
I don't want to make statues anymore. I want to get married. To you.
Tucked away, and as you see, perfectly harmless looking, when in fact it has now become known as the scene of the crime. This motel also has, as an adjunct, an old house, which is if I may say so. A little more sinister looking, less innocent than the motel itself. And in this house, the most dire, horrible events took place. I think we can go inside because the place is up for sale, although I don't know who's going to buy it now. In that window on the second floor, the single one in front, that's where the woman was first seen. Let's go inside. You see, even in daylight, this place still looks a bit sinister. Now, it was at the top of these stairs that the second murder took place. She came out of the door there and met the victim at the top. Of course, in a flash, there was the knife, and in no time, the victim tumbled and fell with a horrible crash. I think the back broke immediately. It hit the floor. It's difficult to describe the way that the twisting of the. Well, I won't dwell upon it. Come upstairs. Of course, the victim, or should I say victims, hadn't any conception as to the type of people they would be confronted with in this house, especially the woman. She was the weirdest and the most... Well, let's go into her bedroom. Here's the woman's room, still beautifully preserved. And the imprint of her figure on the bed where she used to lay. I think some of her clothes are still in this wardrobe. This was the son's room, but we won't go in there because his favorite spot was the little parlor behind his office in the motel. Let's go down there. This young man, you had to feel sorry for him. After all, being dominated by an almost maniacal woman was enough to drive anyone to the extreme of, well, let's go in. Well, I suppose you'd call this his hideaway. His hobby, as you see, was taxidermy. Crow here, an owl there. Now, an important scene took place in this room. There was a private supper here. And, oh, by the way, this picture has great significance because, let's go along to cabin number 1. I want to show you something there. All tidied up. The bathroom. Well, they've cleaned all this up now. Big difference. You should have seen the blood. The whole place was, well, it's too horrible to describe. Dreadful. And I'll tell you, there's a very important clue was found here. Down there.
Well, the murderer, you see, crept in here very slowly. Of course, the shower was on. There was no sound. And
We interrupt this program to a bulletin just received from one of our naval units at sea. A large object traveling at supersonic speed is headed over the North Atlantic toward the east coast of the United States.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Drew Pearson. We bring you this special radio television broadcast in order to give you the very latest information on an amazing phenomenon, the arrival of a space ship in Washington. The Army has taken every precaution to meet any emergency which may develop. Just a minute, ladies and gentlemen, I think something is happening.
I came here to give you these facts. But if you threaten to extend your violence, this earth of yours will be reduced to a burned out cinder.
But he's a robot. Without you, what could he do?
There's no limit to what he could do. He could destroy the Earth.
All vehicles, close in. Let's go.
Welcome to a night of total terror. Night of the living dead, the dead who live on living flesh. The dead whose haunted souls hunt the living whose bodies are the only food for these ungodly creatures. Night of the living dead. Bizarre adventure in fear. An experience in shock more shattering than your strangest nightmare. Night of the living dead. A night with the dead who cannot die. A night of total terror. Night of the living dead.
quiver and quake when you hear the unearthly, uncanny sound that signals hideous death, the sound of horror.
Now look here. There's a treasure worth $1 million in that cave, and no myth is going to stop us from getting it. I've spent years trying to find this treasure, and now that we're at the end of the rainbow, nothing is going to stop us. Nothing that's human.
In the ancient caves of Greece, they seek a fortune and release a destructive force beyond control.
Close up all the windows and bolt the doors.
That egg had turned to stone.
Maria! Are you all right there?
I'm not going to be for long. Hurry, please.
They can't see it. They can't escape it. They can only hear it and fear it. Can only shiver and shake, quiver and quake at that blood-curdling, inhuman sound of horror.
This is William Conrad. Face familiar? Perhaps you've seen him in one of the title roles of Ernest Hemingway's The Killers, or in one of many other spine-tingling characterizations. Now, as producer and director, he continues to specialize in the offbeat, the sinister, the macabre. The result is a different, shivery kind of entertainment, as stimulating as a shock treatment. For his latest motion picture, he's chosen a remarkably cheerful tale. It's called My Blood Runs Cold. A story of youth. Youth unafraid. Uninhibited. Youth as modern as tomorrow. As refreshing as young love. But even in the most tender moments, the presence of evil can be felt. It moves in swiftly on silent wings of terror. There's a body on the beach. A piece of rope. The blind fury of a stormy sea. A desperate struggle. These are just a few ingredients of Warner Brothers' newest recipe for suspense. My blood runs cold.
Freeze as you watch a warped scientist become transformed into a godless beast when his bloody scalpel probes the forbidden secrets of a woman's flesh. In Atom Age Vampire, you will flame to the stark ritual of a beautiful girl's last searing dance. As tragedy forever mars her loveliness, leaving her to face a world of terror.
I give you my word that I will restore your face. Restore all your beauty.
You will cringe as the demented doctor experiments with a girl's trusting innocence. But to possess the living miracle wrought by his twisted genius, he must forever sacrifice his soul to the cunning gods of evil.
I'll transplant directly from another human being.
A mad creature born of the atomic age, now shackled to a world of rotting bodies and violent death. A sadist, a criminal, a depraved animal, more ferocious than Jekyll, more monstrous than Frankenstein, more bloody than Dracula.
Fire a volley through the window pane. You will gasp as lust and madness stalk the dark and screaming night in Atom Age Vampire.
All missing.
Starring Mickey Rooney as that talking mule's valiant new sidekick. An eager beaver who gets roped into a murder mystery with a weird history.
Look, you all saw the ghost. That proves that I'm innocent.
It only proves you've got an accomplice. Francis, probably. Come clean, was he the ghost?
Believe me, Francis could never ride a horse.
They're off at a killing pace with creeps and crooks, mayhem and mirth lurking in every secret catacomb and cranny. While Mickey's best girl puts the evil eye on him.
Francis, help!
But never fear. When the going gets too grim, Francis is near, reaching the seat of the trouble as only he can.
This is an election year. The opposition papers will crucify me.
Oh, what do you think they'll do if they're tipped you just lost a legal argument to a mule? The curse of the McLeod's on all of you!
The McLeod ghost! The real one!
Cosmic phantom, this being, boneless, fleshless, almost invisible, stalking the earth, leaving panic behind.
Kathy, what is it? What's wrong?
In there, it was horrible.
There's our cosmic man. Like a solid mass, and yet he's not solid. Like a creature made of matter, and yet more like antimatter.
This sphere from outer space, impervious to heat, impossible to move. Was it a satellite sent to spy on Earth? A spaceship? A secret weapon? Science was baffled. The Army ready to accept the challenge.
Radio the base. Have every available man stationed around those atomic plants.
I am here, in the darkness.
I demand you state your business here.
Your demands mean nothing to me.
Feed me food.
Oh, take it easy, Dracula. What do you think I'm carrying here, my dirty laundry?
Where a man-eating, talking plant gives homicide something to think about.
I didn't do it.
Do what?
Whatever.
Ever see this man?
Man, see picture.
Why are you so nervous?
Oh, boy, you kiss good, Audrey.
Oh, I guess I just have a good kisser.
Now you will do as I say.
Yes, master.
You will go out and find me some food.
Yes, master.
What's the matter? Don't you like me?
Too bony.
Too bony? Nobody ever told me that before.
Beef is better than veal.
Ah, you're such a dodo. What do you call this? Chopped liver? Red planet Mars, for over 2,000 years, the symbol for war.
Here is a new experience in excitement, a new sensation in suspense, as men open the door on the unknown powers of space to learn the incredible secrets of the red planet Mars. Secrets that might destroy us in one moment.
You'll be the next to advance science. And maybe us. Right into oblivion!
Chris, look.
9, 2, 6. Linda, we've done it.
Dear Lord, don't make us sorry.
This business keeps up. You'll need the army to help you.
Quick, get going.
Atomic energy, the hydrogen bomb, flying saucers, and now secrets beyond belief from the red planet Mars. Secrets that threaten the world with total destruction, as countless millions in every corner of the globe invoke the greatest power of all to save their lives.
You do think me a fool. Stay where you are.
Give me a light.
Don't! No!
Creatures from the grave.
Avenge me. I've summoned you. Avenge me.
Go back to the dead.
In a dreadful night of reckoning, the forces of darkness strike with blood-freezing horror. Nightmare of diabolical happenings, conceived in a murder-haunted house of blood by the maniac called Geronimus, a dead man with the monstrous power to return from his grave.
I tell you, it was my father. I saw him.
What are you saying? Can't you see the boat is empty?
Look! There's water dripping from the oars.
A bone-chilling shocker, inspired by Edgar Allan Poe.
No!
Terror Creatures from the Grave, starring Barbara Steele.
The whole town seems deserted.
That monster's on the loose right here in town.
Anybody catch sight of this thing?
Well, a few kids playing in the street said he was 20 feet tall, covered with long hair, and had great big teeth.
Behind these empty streets, these windows shut in fear, lies the strange story of a young girl who knows the secret of the teenage monster. Fascinated by an evil demon, unable to control her sinister desires, she leads the monster to his prey, sacrificing an entire town to his insatiable lust for human life.
I don't like to be stolen from, and I don't like to be laughed at. Oh, but it's not going to happen anymore, because Charles won't let it. He'll kill anybody who does. Even you, I think. Oh.
Joe Martindale came in this morning, while 6 of his blooded steers last night, and a rider. The steers had their throats torn out, and the rider, Bill Begley, was beat to death. It's that thing again.
I'll meet you back at the office. I'm going to have to go, Ruth. You stay in town. That thing's loose on the range again, not 15 miles from your mine. What was it?
It was that thing. Hairy and horrible and... Oh, it was awful.
Yeah! I saw him, the monster, and he ran away from this barn carrying the girl.
A posse in panic, not knowing what they'll find. Man, beast, or demon from another world, as they pursue the loathsome killing thing they call the teenage monster.